Yesterday, August 16th, there was, at least on my phone, there was an opinion piece from the Wall Street Journal talking about Samuel Alito's dissent in Obergefell, Hodges, which is basically the court case that established same-sex marriage. Anyway, he in his dissent, Alito, in his curmudgeonly way, complained that what would happen with the particular thing is that perfectly qualified candidates in a number of ways would be disqualified because of religion. And it turns out there is a case such. Family from Texas, veteran, who applied for foster care, was turned down. Now, in every demographic, this family was more than eligible and would have naturally been accepted, except for the fact that they were doctrinaire Roman Catholics about issues of LGBTQ plus policies. And the opinion piece went on to say, see, here Alito was saying that this was going to happen, and here it's happening. And of course, it's not that this couple is without relief. They are pursuing a court case against the state system that takes care of foster care to redress their grievance. Their grievance is they are eminently qualified, except for the fact that their religion does not accept homosexuality. The problem is that a child in the foster care system is a ward of the state. At this point, the state has decided in Obergefell and Hodge that it's okay to be LGBTQ plus. It's certainly okay with the doctrine of separation of church and state for religious groups to differ in that opinion. Differing in the opinion, but then taking care of a ward of the state are two different things. You're perfectly welcome to maintain your position as a Roman Catholic or evangelical or whomever you are who doesn't accept LGBTQ plus people, or at least puts them in a particular box that says, oh, well, you can't have sex, or you can't marry, or you can't do this, you can't do that. The problem is that what if that child who is placed in foster care happens to be LGBTQ plus and is with this family that doesn't believe it and won't support it? That doesn't mean they won't be loving toward this. And I think the couple was very honest about their opinion on that subject. The problem is that the child is a ward of the state, and the state has recognized the presence of LGBTQ people in the society, and is therefore understanding that the child, if they were to be put in this family's custody, would have to be brought up to understand that their they're perfectly, that's okay, even though this family doesn't believe it is okay. You see the problem? The problem is not that the problem is that the state has made a decision, and Alito doesn't like that decision. Doesn't think they should have made that decision. That is his right. He was in the minority for a change. His moss-eaten, moss-covered decisions in policy seem. I don't find him very useful when it comes to thinking about these things. But think about a child placed with a family that doesn't believe in these things. The state can't do that. It just can't. At some point, it has to be decided whether the public policy is that LGBTQ plus people are part of the culture and are acceptable, and therefore if they happen to be a foster child in somebody's care, that somebody has to accept that. And if they clearly make known to the authorities that that's not so, then that disqualifies them from being a foster parent. Now, there are other options open to them, of course. There are adoption agencies that are Roman Catholic. It's not as though this is the end of the world for them. They want to be foster care, fine. If you want to be foster care, that's great. But if you're going to be party line Roman Catholic, you can't do that. That just isn't possible any longer because of the decisions of the Supreme Court, which Justice Alito disagrees with. Nowhere in the opinion article is that particular fact made clear. The Wall Street Journal does a good job, I think, of giving Alito's opinion and bemoaning the fact that Obergefell Hodges made a decision that was going to be problematic for people with religious prejudices. Now, I'll just let you know that I am, at this point, a retired Episcopal priest, and I very much believe in LGBTQ people, plus people, and I think that they should have the ability to marry, and I certainly think that the state should not be assigning to party line Roman Catholic families people in foster care who are wards of the state. They're not wards of the people they're given to as foster parents. They're wards of the state. And it is the state's responsibility to be consistent in that regard. And it is fine that in our world of separation of church and state, it is fine that people have a difference of opinion. And unfortunately, the particular couple was almost a perfect parental opportunity for some foster kid. Certainly some foster kid who is not LGBTQ+, but not specifically for someone who turned out to be gay. So anyway, the Wall Street Journal got that one wrong. And they got it wrong because they were following the opinions of Samuel Alito, who seems to me to be a throwback to the 19th century. Anyway, just thought I would put my 2 cents out there.